Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think I have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be
How long
as
a
bright
toddler
as
has
the
been missing
sun.
in Savannah.
And as you come around, and it feels so right, it's like luck is raining on me. Go and follow your heart, doesn't matter how far. There is so much love to give, something's telling me this time. Baby, baby, now I know. Baby, baby, gotta go. There is so much love to give, something's telling me it's right. When you came to me, oh I knew it's you, yeah, boy.
Where is Cody?
Hey family, how's everybody doing? Today is a beautiful day. My God, it is really beautiful. You guys, I wanted to get on in here and start working on some of the things that we need to talk about. And I'm just want to say, I want to reach out and say hello to you guys that's already in here. I know that we're early, but like I told you, sometimes I have to come on in here early. We got Ruby Turner in here. Soulja is in the building. That's my girl. C6 Banks. Hello. How are you doing? How are you doing? Miss Didi is in the building. Ruby Turner. Yes, Ruby. Danielle. Yo. Zena's in the building. And you know what? It's kind of weird to me. But I think I seen Woke the God in here. She said, hey, family, what's going on? We are in the house. You guys, we have been rocking for a long time. I was going over some stuff, and I was really happy to see that, God sometimes bring people in your life, and he takes people out and things. But it is what it is. One thing about me, I'm always like, we're always going to be in our prospective places. Hey, Valerie, how you doing? Good evening to you, sister. But the family that's a family that prays together stays together. And those are the ones that, you will learn and love and know. And hopefully, when you guys are out there in that community of YouTube, you're speaking to each other or saying at least hello. She said security is here. Girl, I'm almost learning stuff all over, just learning new stuff as I go. We're gonna listen to Joran. They call him Joran, but it's spelled Joran with a like a ran. But you guys, I don't know if you guys heard his confession, so I wanted to play that for you guys. You understand what I'm saying? I wanted to play it for you, and I learned something because there was so I can always uh download a video or something, but I can never save it on the side like I wanted to save it. And I've been so frustrated about it. It's been a while, but we're gonna get right back on track. And but anyway, we're gonna have to figure it some other way because right now it's just all about what you have learned and what you have put together. And I don't worry about anything because we're gonna build as we go. And like I said, I started a new class, you guys. I wanted to share that with you. I started a new class. It's English. It's just a common English class. It's English 101. But, I'm a little afraid of English because I've always taken English the last hours of every class I've ever been into, like 7th and 8th and 9th and 10th, 11th and 12th grade. I always take English last and I will leave. I will leave before English even gets started. I just don't even want to deal with English. So everybody's like, why? Because I had so much pressure when I was in elementary. My pronunciation, speaking, it's always been a problem. I have done so much more. I don't run from it. But and then when I got in my high school, I had to work. So I'm like, well, that's the class I always gypped or run out of or whatever. And I was my own parent, so I just leave like I did before. But then when it's time to graduate, they said you can't. So I had to take them all at one time. So they wouldn't let me. So I had to transfer myself into another school. And that's how I missed out on my scholarships and everything. Because I had scholarships, paid scholarships to go to certain schools. And I missed out on them because, I had to support myself. But anyway, I'm going to say this, you guys. If you feel that you can't do something, you better look around. A lot of times people don't tell you where they come from. Yes, let them ads run. Let them run. Let them run. Let them run. We are going to start building back up our channel. I know it's been a while since I've got on it, but I'll get back on it, you guys. So don't worry. We'll build it back on up. And I'm not really like, let me get through this English. Okay, just let me get through the English. And today was my first time turning in something. I went to a tutor and said, hey, I'm having problems. Can you help me out? I done wrote 2 essays. Could you proofread them for me? Make sure everything is in its right place. Everything, she said she wouldn't change anything. She added probably about 6 or 7 commas because I don't add commas. When I talk, I usually run on or whatever. And she said, other than that, everything was fine. And if that was great, she says she usually see people come in here with 60, 70 corrections. Mine was just commas. That's it. Commas. She said I wordy something a little bit more than, I normally, what they expect. But she said it looks good. So that made me feel somewhat better that I don't have to put so much time into it. I'm not so far behind. But I'm going to tell you guys something. There was 2 things going on today, but I just wanted to talk about this case. We talked about it Wednesday. It is now Friday, and I wanted us to go over the confession and what Beth Holloway, that's Natalie's mother, said. And we're going to talk about it because this is the conversation room. And that's what we do. She said, you done wrote too? You better go. Girl, I wrote them quick too. Because Thursday was my only day off and my husband was watching the football game. So I'm like, I'm going to bed. So a girlfriend of mine stayed up with me. And so she kind of helped me with one. You know, we piddle-paddled around words, you know. My friends that I have, you guys, let me share with you something. If you don't know, you're going to know right now. We don't always see eye to eye. That's nothing new because I love strong, spine people that has a spine, have their own mind. I don't want to run over somebody or they run over me. Yeah, I mean, because I'm not going to let that happen. But, I just love people that has strong spines. So to get something in my head, shoot, we gonna keep going over some things until I get it. And I'm very strong. I'm very adamant about, well, why is this or explain that. And so, we just feed off of each other. So that's always a good thing. And but anyway, we'll see what the teachers say. I turned it in early, so if she got some corrections she wants me to do, I'll correct it or whatever. And this is going to be a hard class. I'm not going to sit here and say it ain't going to be hard. It's going to be hard because I'm going to have 2 essays every week to do. And then we're going to have our big essays coming up. And these are little bitty petty points there, She's just getting you prepared for the big stuff because I know how people work. Anyway, she said, hopefully my phone is fixed. Okay. 6 Senses in the building. 6 Senses in the building. So I'm going to let you guys listen to this. I found a way that I can share it without sending it over to the side where I can just bring it over. But I found a way I can share it with you. And it just, I started reading some stuff because normally I don't read. I just go do, that I am so terrible when it comes to instruction that I don't have the patience to read the instructions. So we could have been doing this a long time ago and I never have, but I'm starting to find ways because I don't want to every time when I come up with a problem, go run get my kids, Something's got to give. And if you guys understand what I'm saying, then just say amen. Okay. I just don't want to do that every time. Sometimes it's a good thing and sometimes it's just time to just do what you can do. And if you can't do it, then just don't even worry about it. But I was infatuated with this man's confession. I wanted, she said, amen. She said, I know what you're talking about. There you go. So, hey, if we go down fighting. But, sometimes you're going to have to take credit and responsibility of what you want and not let someone lead you. And then they lead you and then they leave you alone or don't want to do it. Or you feel like you're, not using them, but, always have to go to them or something. And then there comes a time where you just need to just step on up, put your big drawers on, and walk on out the door, whether it goes right or wrong, you did it on your own. Okay. And that way, don't even worry about it. It ain't no big thing. Don't worry about it. Okay. Don't even worry about it. So this man named Joran or Joran, however you want to pronounce his name, he confessed. I'm going to share that with you guys. We can look at it together. Hopefully it'll run right because this is my first time doing it this way. My very first time. That's why I said to myself, I'm going to come on here because I'm going to probably run it twice because this is before 3:00. But I'm going to probably run it twice. But if you guys can hear it when I start playing it, please put a 1 in the box so I won't be sitting here thinking that you can hear and see what I hear and see, because I don't mind making mistakes. It's just as long as we can fix them. And we ain't got to fix them today, but we're going to have to try to do something on our own. The boy in the box, his father is asking for bond or bail money. There is no bond or bail money. What are you talking about, Tina? He's found guilty. There's no bond when you've been found guilty. You're ready for sentence. The boy in the box, he was found guilty. The father is already found. He done went to trial. He was found guilty. You know, his wife was sitting in the back of the courtroom going, "Oh, I love you. I still love you." She just really crying because she going to court next. And the same that they found him, they gonna find her. And that's like what I was telling y'all about Ananias. There's a story in the Bible called Ananias. I think Soulja Girl looked it up and she told y'all where to find it. I think it was Acts 5. Ananias and his wife Safari. They went to the church and said they did something that they did. First, the husband went, and next thing you know, he fell dead. They went and got the wife and said, "Now your husband just fell dead by coming in the church and telling this big fabulous lie. Now, please, we're letting you know what just happened to your husband. So now we're finna bring you in there and let's see what you say." They asked her the same questions they asked him. Did you guys sell all your property and your goods and give them all to the church or whatever? And they could have easily said no. But he said no, he fell dead. They warned her. She went to the church, not to court, which this lady's gonna do. And they asked her, your husband said y'all did, and he fell dead. Now, did y'all sell your property and all your things and give to the church? And she said, yes, we did. And she fell dead too. So the same thing that happened to the boy in the box father. She said, that's what I heard on court TV. Well, yeah. Okay. Anywho's, you're probably behind the times when you've seen it on court TV. And he could be asking for bond. There's no bond when you already found guilty, honey. There's no bond. You're going to be sentenced. You don't get a bond. You don't get a bond when you're found guilty. You do time, right? You do time. And that's she said, you sound like a moderator on Tyler Perry telling these stories from the Bible. But they're true. They trust me. The stories I tell you guys, the only thing got to do is look them up. But I know them by heart. I know these stories by heart because I live by these stories. God walked with me, you know, the spirit, whatever you want to call, for 8 years. And I was eating it up. I don't sit here. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You guys might think I sit there and read the Bible. I don't think I open up my Bible in maybe a year or two, really, just to look up something every now and then. But other than that, I don't open it up every day to find something to say to you guys. I don't do it. You know why? Because it's embedded in my heart. One of these days, these books is going to go away. You ain't got to worry about it because y'all won't open up the books no way. I don't have to worry about it because I've already opened them up and I've got it in my heart. See, when you love something, you spend time with it. And so, you know, I wanted to know. I asked him. He gave it to me. And now they can take all these Bibles and throw them away. I'll still be telling y'all all these stories. I would. She said, yes, they are true. I know them. I know you know them. Anyway, that is why the man in the box, I don't know why he's asking for a bond and all this other stuff. He's not getting out. He's going to do time. And so I'm going to share something with you guys about this case with the Natalie Holloway. It's going to make you mad. Matter of fact, hold on. Do you want to know now or do you want to watch this small video and know after hearing what he said in the confession? Which one you want to do first? Do you want me to tell you the hook, the big bang thing that I found out? She said the 10 Commandments is about all I need to know. Yep, you're right. Okay, let's go with the video. Soulja Girl spoke first. All right, here we go.
Yeah, to go back to her hotel, but I was just trying to get dropped off a little bit further away from her hotel so we could walk back to her hotel, and I might still get a chance to be with her. Okay. That's what I was hoping for. Okay. So what happens? Yeah, Deepak drops me off at a place.
Can you guys hear it?
Marriott hotel known as the Fisherman's Huts. This place is not so far from, the next hotel is the Marriott, and the next hotel after that is another Marriott, which is a timeshare, and then it's the Holiday Inn. But we walk along the beach. Do Deepak and Satish get out? Come with you, though. What happens? Deepak and Satish leave. They leave. They go back to their home. I assume they go back to their home. They get in their car and we start kissing each other. I get her to kiss me again. We start kissing each other, and I start feeling her up again. And she tells me no. She tells me she doesn't want me to feel her up. I insist. I keep feeling her up either way. And she knees me. She ends up kneeing me in the crotch. When she knees me in the crotch, I get up on the beach and I kick her extremely hard in the face. Yeah, she's laying down unconscious, possibly even dead, but definitely unconscious. And I see right next to her there's a huge cinder block laying on the beach. When you say cinder block, looking at the walls of this place, is it like those? The exact same cinder blocks. I see a huge cinder block laying on the beach. I take this and I smash her head in with it completely. Her face basically, collapses in. Even though it's dark, I can see her face is collapsed in. Afterwards, I don't exactly know what, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, and I decide to take her and put her into the ocean. So I grab her and I half pull and half walk with her into the ocean. I push her off. I walk up to about my knees into the ocean, and I push her off into the sea. After that, I get out. I walk home.
It's solved. As far as I'm concerned, it's over. It's over. Joran van der Sloot is no longer the suspect in my daughter's murder. He is the killer. In the course of his felony prosecution, here for extortion and wire fraud indictment, he gave a proffer in which he finally confessed that he killed Natalie. He described when and how he killed her. He said that after killing her on the beach in Aruba, he put her into the water, and that was the last that he ever saw her. That was all verified by a comprehensive and conclusive polygraph test. Even with this confession, though, he can't be tried here for Natalie's murder. But I'm satisfied knowing that he did it. He did it.
Okay. Did you hear what she said? At the end of this whole situation, you guys, he can't even be tried for Natalie Holloway's murder. She said, say what? No, not even in Aruba, because he didn't do. Did you guys hear what I said? Now, here's the bottom line that I wanted to share with you. The FBI, he called the attorneys back in it was April, and he asked for $250,000, right? He asked for $250,000. So they came up with $25,000. That's where he got the charges for um for extortion. So he's only, and so they paid him $25,000. That's why they hooked him up to the polygraph test. And he said, if the mama, if they want to know where their daughter is at, I'll tell them for $250,000. And they told him they'll give him $25,000 up front. And they gave him $25,000, knowing that he cannot be found guilty in the United States. Because guess what? He didn't do it in the United States. He's in jail for killing another woman. Her name is Stephanie. Guess what? They was at the motel and he killed her. That's why he's in jail in Aruba. He's in jail in Aruba for killing her. Now, here's the sad part about the whole situation. You remember we were talking about consecutive and what's the other word? Consecutive. Like if they get tried, they can be found guilty, and when they give them the sentence, it can be concurrent or consecutive. Now, he didn't get he's good. He doesn't confess, so that's a guilty thing. Now he done agreed that he'll do 20 years, but it's gonna run concurrent with whatever charges he get in Aruba. So the man's gonna get out of jail in 22 years. Concurrent and consecutive. See, consecutive, he would have to do the 20 years of this. And since he done already agreed, he would have got maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years for extortion. But, and that's it. But since he got nothing to lose, because guess what? He's going to be found guilty in Aruba, and those charges that is here will run concurrent with the charges in Aruba. So, and guess what? They gave him the money. Hey, Belinda, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope everything's fine. Got a little bit of a new name, his chosen vessel, Miss Belinda. The Belinda. So, yeah, I would have paid him squat. Yes. But, I don't know if that was Natalie's mother that was like, I know that's Natalie's mother, Beth, but the guy that was standing next to her with the glasses on, I don't know if that was Natalie's father. But he said one thing he forgot. When he gets out in 22 years, I'll be right there in Peru. That's all he said. You know what that means? He ain't forgotten nothing. It's been 18 years, and then just think. They said Natalie right now would have been 36, so you put 18 with 36. That's how old the mother is. Let's see here. Let me do a little bit of math. We got 36 and 18. 2 is 14. 3, 4. So she's 54. So, wow, she's 54 years of age. The mama is, because if you take 36, she said Natalie would have been 36, and then the 18 years she's missing are gone. That's how old mom is, 54. And so I just wanted to share that with you. I could not believe, and I'm going to be honest with you, I really couldn't believe that they gave this man $25,000. Now, And someone in the chat said, could we really believe what he's saying because he has lied so much? Well, I'm going to tell you why they're believing what he said. He agreed to a polygraph test. And once he agreed to the polygraph test, even though that, like I said, we can't even try him. So we can't even try him in the United States. We just can't. And I think he's thinking like this. I'm guilty. He done already confessed about Stephanie, what he did to Stephanie. So he's got like 20 years there. And so the mama just really wanted to know what happened to her daughter. And it's weird. I'm gonna say it's weird, but I've never lost a child, especially through violence. So I've never lost a child, and I've never lost a child through violence. Now, if anybody in here has ever lost a child through violence, not through natural death, you guys, not through natural. What I'm calling natural, some people say like my child passed away and it's something or whatever. I'm not using that as lightly. I'm just saying through like if it was a homicide or they got shot, and not through, you wake up and something has happened, or they had their prognosis was bad, and it sometime, through their disease or their disorder, they would pass. That's why some people say, well, you are a highly paid babysitter when I work for little kids. And I say, no, these kids' prognosis is they're gonna die because of their 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 disability, their disorder, their disease that they have. They're gonna die. We're trying to give them the best life. That's inevitable. They're not gonna die because of old age, or it's just, you can give them a good life. Some live real long, 30, 40, 50 years, but some don't. It all depends on how good that you take care of them and make sure they give their meds and make sure they're following the regimen that the doctor gives. And that's very hard when, some people is on life support, or some people, they have to eat through a G tube, or they have to breathe through a trach, make sure that there's no infections, because when you're taking care of a child that has those needs, you get tired. A family member, they get tired quickly. And some people like, I can do it, but it only takes one infection, and they already have a compromising health issue, and one small infection can do it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, so I'm reading something on the board right now. Miss Belinda says 5 months ago, they found my 34-year-old niece in an empty apartment in her complex. My brother is flipping because we know it was her boyfriend, but no proof. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that, because there's two people that's close to my family. They're not family, but they are close to my family, has been found dead. And the sad thing about the whole situation, it has to do with a fentanyl. One just right up the street from me, and one in a whole different state. And they found the boy that runs around with my son. My son mentored him, try to keep him out of trouble, because he comes from a family with a lot of drugs and a lot of issues. He would always cater to his mother, making sure she went to the store and came home to take care of her kids. He would make sure she got to the store, cashed her check, paid her bills, and he would take the boy with him all the time. Well, that boy, when my son grew up and he got his life, his family to take care of, and the boy is now, I think he is probably around about 20, 21, 22. My son is like 31. So it's a 10 years difference. They found him behind Dylan's, right up the street from us, and he was found dead. So he had went somewhere. He has been, experimenting with fentanyl, and this is not his first rodeo that something has came to him where he had, they had to bring him back to life. And so guess what? He played with it so much that he didn't survive. I wanted to share something with you guys before I forget. But remember, I was telling you guys if anybody wanted the fentanyl, I did. Let me get this information to you guys. I don't know if you want the thing that goes up in your nose, but when I got online and found a place, and I'm gonna put it on there, and I'm gonna put the link on there. You got to answer 4 questions. They're gonna give you a small video. It takes you like 2 minutes to watch the video. After you watch the video, you answer 4 questions. The 4 questions is on the video. It's really simple. And then you just send them your name, and they will send you 2 doses of the Narcan. And it's not the stuff that you put up your nose. Maybe for you guys, they might give you this stuff that put up your nose. But for me, as being a nurse, they gave me the needle and the vial that the Narcan come in. So I got literally what they give you when you if the ambulance comes. So I was happy about that, and they told me to pass the information around. So I'm finna text it right on in here, so you guys can, if you want it. I always try to check it out before I tell anybody about it, because I don't want nobody sitting back going, they didn't give it to me, or I didn't get it. So this is it right here, you guys. That's the place where you can get it at. Okay. And so if you have one of those type of cities or states where you might come across somebody that might need this help, and you wish you had this thing, it might be even somebody and if you don't have it, you could have saved a life. And the one thing about it is you can't go wrong. If you see somebody and you think you don't have to even think about it. If they're not waking up, you're trying to wake them up or whatever, and they're not waking up, giving them this shot is not going to hurt them on any situation. They prefer you give it to them than not give it to them and thinking, what's going on? They could be having a seizure. They could just be drunk. It's not gonna keep them or make them undrunk. If that's what they are, if they're drunk, they're gonna still be drunk after you give them the shot, because it doesn't react to alcohol. It only reacts to opioids, and you never know if somebody has overdosed. But if you definitely can't wake them up and they're like, and you're shaking them and hollering their name and shaking them and they're not, it's best to give them the shot. Give them the shot and call it a good day. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would do. Like I said, she said, sending you all thoughts and blessings. Okay. All right. Love retrieve, love return, chat room community. Okay. So anyway, you guys, I was really tripping on how calm Beth was. And it's kind of weird to me, like, this, I know she's sad and everything, but when you look at someone and you say, wow, I don't know if I could have held my composure. Thank you, Soulja Girl, for putting that off in there. So people can just click on that, listen to the 1, 2, 3 minute video, answer the 4 questions, give them your address, and bang, they'll send it to you. I keep it in my purse. I actually keep it in my bag, my nursing bag, but I wish I had two so I can keep one in my purse and one in my bag. But and they give you all the information. You don't have to be a nurse or anything. Like I said, anybody can go and ask for it. And I just hope one day you don't run into somebody on the street that need help, and you're sitting there. Oh, I would have done it. Soulja Girl made it very easy for you guys. She put the link in there. Only the mods can put links in the chat. So she put the link right on in there. I don't know if it came up on blue. Hopefully it came up on blue. Let me see if it came up on blue. Yes, it did. Thank you, Soulja Girl. And you guys can click on it and just ask for that, because you never know. It might save one of your family members. You never know. I'm just telling you, right now, they're mixing that fentanyl with everything. I was just in just an hour. Let me share this with you guys, because I really don't even know what's going on. I don't even know the woman's name. There was a breaking news came on, and the mother was already speaking, and I couldn't get the gist of what happened. All I know, she's crying. She's in Texas, and you're welcome. You're welcome. She's in Texas, and she's looking for her son. She's been looking for her son for 2 days. And her son, he goes to school online. So he doesn't go to a public school or a private school. He does school at home online. And he's a good kid. He doesn't get in trouble. He's always smiling. She said, but he goes down the street to this woman's house, and all the kids be in the garage. And she always asks them to not let her kids go over there because they're doing stuff. Now, the funny thing about this, I can't even tell you guys what the woman's name is. They never gave her name or anything. But I was sitting here trying to study, and I stopped and I listened to her, and she just babbled and babbled and babbled. I hate to use the word babbled because, people may think that I'm being disrespectful, but I couldn't understand. And I still not understand it after 30 minutes of listening to this woman, the mother of a child that was found at a school in Texas dead, because he don't even go to school. She said she don't even know how her son got there at the school. But they're saying there's no foul play. But she's saying that the neighbors gave him something, and he ran out the garage. And they've been looking for him. Well, they found him, and he was at a school, and he was gone. Hold on. Hey, this is SP.
Hi, SP. It's Miss Bell. The story you're talking about the teen.
About the what now?
The teen in Texas.
Yes. Yes.
In the neighborhood and stuff. And which son, she was looking for him. He goes to school online, K through 12.
Right.
And everything. I was looking at that this morning. And she said, I kept all the neighborhood kids, I couldn't talk mine. She was looking for a baby, looking for him. And whatever house he was at, they had done something or gave him something out in the garage. And they say he took off running. So that's the story we're talking about. She got up at 3 in the morning. It's cold outside. She said she went looking for her son again, and she heard sirens and stuff, but they told her he took off running, so nobody knew where the boy was. She heard these sirens and stuff, and the security over at some school he don't even go to it. It was too far away from his house for him to just walk to. So they got over there. She had just pulled up to the school. Police pulled up behind her, and she was like, the man said he found the young man over there. That was her son. I said, oh my God, I cried with that parent. That is so much. She said, somebody gave him something.
Right.
He wasn't on drugs or anything, but whoever the girl was at the house, her boyfriend had got something and gave it to this young man. So, but he wasn't a person who's going to take anything. You know, he's trying to be good, to do the right thing, and kid and stuff. And then he slipped his boy something, and they say he got hit by a car. She don't know what's going to happen because she hasn't seen him yet. The coroner, they say there's no trauma to his body. So they probably said she took out some fentanyl or something in his system or in his food or something to where this baby is healed. I said, that's so wrong. You know,
right.
For your friends and stuff, and you know, they say, she said, you don't go outside too much. They say, well, you're not, he's like, not home life. And then when he goes down there, you know, simply show me something down, he's gone.
Right.
They probably show her.
Right. And you know, did they ever say the mother's name?
They didn't have her name up on there because she was crying, and I'm sure it's going to come up again because I know this morning, and I think it happened a day or so ago.
Right.
Said, oh, Jesus, the only thing I just did is start praying for that mother. You know, so the dad, he said, we couldn't help our own son. She said, if I could have got to him, I could have saved it. You know, and I said, Jesus. I said,
right.
That got to me. That got to me. I'm thinking,
And I'm glad somebody's seen it other than me, but I really couldn't understand what happened because this is a woman that helps everybody get off drugs, talk to them, tell them where to go to get food. She helps them out, and she kept on saying, I could not save my own child.
Yeah, that's good. She's going to beat herself up for a long time because she couldn't find it. And she asked him, which way did this go? He go. And so her and the other son, he has two older brothers, they went there and asked him, you know, what happened? But he took off running. She said, well, why would he be running? And she said, they had to have taken him over to Gary, wherever the school is in Texas. Because there's no way he would even went there. That's elementary school where they found him, but that's far away from their home.
Right. So what people don't understand is when like they're mixing that fentanyl up in any and everything. Yeah. And you know, they can crush it up or whatever, powder, and put it in your drink and sit back and watch you thinking it's gonna be cute or funny. That's why when people be like, here, do you want something to drink? I'll be like, no, I got my own water, you know.
Years ago, we were on the news, and I went to Marie County, and I was waiting on my sister to make a cake, and I just met my uncle's birthday party, April the 1st. And so I'm waiting on her, and I usually don't drink, and I don't read my drink. And I love making the table. I come back and took a sip out of my drink. I passed out. I was in the restaurant all night. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I still here? I'm going to call a manager. I said, no, you can't call the police. And I said, so what did so they did the drug test? And said, no, they put some GHB or something in my drink causing me to pass out. And what they did, it went through my wallet. I had like $300 on me. But they see military police. And I'm being a bus driver, a lot of the cops, and they stopped to talk to me. They hand you their card, you know, and ask how they going. And I had a lot of police cars, so they didn't know who they was dealing with. And they're trying to say, I believe what saved you is their cars. Military police, which was my sister, other police that I got in contact with on the line, you know, and I'm saying, Jesus. And so, but when the bad part is when I woke up, my kids are in a bag on top of the table.
Wow.
Oh, my God. And he said, he wasn't great. I said, thank you, Jesus. It took him 5 days to get me to go to sleep. Kaiser tried to sleep. He said, no, her mind is on blocking overload. She's not going to go to sleep. He said, we'll put her to sleep. He says, but watch her. And girl, when I got up in my house full of my aunties, everybody was like, I thought I, died. And, they gathered around something. But no, they found it. I found it, just wore myself out. And I had went to sleep.
Right.
The doctor gave me something to put me to sleep because I wouldn't go to sleep. He said, she's afraid somebody was going to put something in the drink. I tell my sister, don't go out. And if you do, take your drink up to the park. Have that bartender keep your drink. So if something goes wrong, he's going to be responsible for that. And I said, so that broke me up from going out by myself, which I don't go out now anyway. But they were slipping in a woman's drink. They just slip in. You could be eating some food. They slip stuff in your food and stuff. I'm very picky about who I take things from. Like so, my grandson, if you don't go out and you had things like that, I said, you don't take nothing from nobody. I said, you need to listen. And so, he didn't think we know everything she did. So, Cece told him, she said, I think she's telling me of experience that really happened.
Right.
She said, I thought you pull up the news story where they have interviewed her attorney. And I was like, people, you got to be careful. I said, because, hey, you got sicky little people. He said, because the police said, if they would took you out of here, we thought you never would have found you. And this was out in Torrance, South California. And I said, Lord have mercy. Yeah, but that Nellie Holloway story, his dad, or one of them was a judge. And so what I've been reading the following space for years, they had put her body, they hid her body. And then they got broken. They said they could find out who finished that boat or whatever, and they took her and dropped her in the ocean. So they didn't drop her in the ocean right away. He's told so many lies.
Right.
He jerking his mom around. She made $25,000. Giving it to him, to get her child. People don't know how of a steroid you get. You can't find your child, and you give your life or whatever to get your child.
Right.
This time he didn't know that Natalie was already dead.
Right.
But there's two other guys with him. I don't know if they came from a big wig family or if they had to judge. But I think I think his dad was the judge.
Right.
So they're prosecuting him. And I said, that's not right. That's not right. I said, but he's even a coward. And most likely he's going to unlie himself if they want you to quit. Like I said, the other one's going to do the same thing. They can do the crime. They don't want to do that crime.
Right.
I said, so he probably, oh gosh, or they, who knows who will get hold of him. But he's not going to stay in the jail room. He's going to break stuff out. I say, I see that already because you're a coward. Because I think he got a wife and some kids now. And then that other girl he killed, he made a mistake. When he did that opened up everything else again for that.
Right.
I said, Jesus. But I'm going to get back in the chat. I've been meaning to call you. But you keep your head up, baby. We're going to get all these tests out of the way. Let me get back in the chat so I can hear what's going on.
All righty.
All right, love.
All righty. Soulja Girl says the child name is Lamaria. I don't know what she's talking about. So let me read this about that juvenile found dead outside of Blanche Springs Elementary School. He's identified as a 16-year-old boy, you guys. Police have identified the juvenile found dead outside of Blanche Springs Elementary School Tuesday morning as a 16-year-old boy. Shortly before 8 a.m., October the 17th, police found the teenager boy unresponsive and laying in a grassy area near Gray Elementary School. First responders attempted to revive the teen, but determined he had already died. Mesquite ISD later confirmed he was a former Berry Middle School student before he withdrew in 2021. Blanche Springs police said they're investigating the case as a suspicious death. At first, they said that there was no foul play, but now they're saying it's a suspicious death, and neighbors in the area say they're shaken up about the entire incident. It was very scary because I have a 3-year-old son, said Blanchard Springs resident. So that's very unsettling, them finding something like that over there. My wishes go out to the family. Police said they are waiting for the toxicology report from the medical examiner's office, which could help them determine the teen's cause of death. Additionally, the law enforcement said they have reviewed surveillance video, but don't see evidence of foul play. So the foul play, no, not Dallas, Texas. It is Blanche, BALCH, Springs. And that could be a part of Dallas. I don't know. You know, I don't know if that is, but exactly. Are you saying it is? Lamaria. Is that his name? Lamaria? Yeah, she kept, I know the mother kept calling him Marie, but you know, um they didn't say. There's a lot of stuff going on in Dallas. There's a body that was found on the side of the road. Just Texas is done lost it. I mean, you see, oh Lord, I've been praying for this mom. My heart broke watching her. Yeah. Even when you listening to her, she just, you know, she's just upset because she's, she helps other people, and no one's helped her. Nobody's helped her. Oh, anyway, it's crazy. Anyway, you guys, I wanted to share that with you, because I don't know what's going on. I just hope the mom gets some kind of justice. Um, Trying to hear what the mother has. Like I said, I wish I had another word, but I couldn't understand. The mother was like just trying to explain. Yeah, Marie was his nickname. Okay. Um, they never said what the mother's name was. She just come on there and she's just boohooing, crying, and she kept on saying, "This is what I'm telling you guys." She kept saying, "If I could have just got to him, if I could have just found him, if somebody would have just told me where he was at, I could have helped him. I could have helped him. My son normally doesn't take anything, and he doesn't do drugs, so she's kind of not understanding what happened, and the woman's not telling her. One person said he got hit by a car, and somebody else said he just was running, he just ran. And yeah, let me see if I can play just a little bit of this news clipping for you guys, and then we'll get off of here.
Details today about a teen found dead outside of an elementary school yesterday. That 16-year-old boy was found unresponsive near Gray Elementary School around 8 o'clock in the morning yesterday. Mesquite ISD told us the teen had attended Berry Middle School but withdrew back in 2021. Police have now reviewed surveillance video but don't see evidence of foul play. People living around the school are waiting for more information.
Them not really knowing anything, that's really scary to be this close to the incident. So it's very scary.
Well, until Balch Springs police receive a toxicology report from the medical examiner, the death will be ruled as suspicious.
Okay. So that's why they're just saying it's suspicious right now. They just don't. They're looking at the video. They're saying nobody dropped him off. Nobody didn't hit him. They're probably seeing this boy staggering, walking. He probably not knowing who he is, where he is. And I'm gonna tell you guys something. Sometimes, a person can slip you something, and that's it, and you lose your mind. And that drug that they give you, it might be funny to them, but it can cost you your life. So, don't hang around people of that nature. To your kids, watch out. I'm always fearful of my own kids getting into something because they deal a lot with people of that nature. Like I said, my son was mentoring the one kid here, and everybody knew him. I know him, and some of the people said they seen him walking down the street, but he didn't look like himself. But they seen him walking, didn't give him a ride or anything, and they found him behind Dylan's dead just a couple of days ago. And only thing I could say is, oh my God, like, wow, somebody could have helped him if they had give him a shot or something. Like I said, if you had the Norcan and you found someone just laying there and they won't get up or something, give it to them. And you can't give it to them if you don't have it. So that's why we shared that information. You guys, we've been on here an hour. They said he got squeezed by the garage door and then he took off running. Yeah, but who knows? Who knows what happened? Who knows what happened? I think just listening to the mom, it's a whole 26-minute interview. There's no compassion with the person that's interviewing the mom. Matter of fact, it's 21 minutes. I still couldn't make out what happened. She's angry. She's crying. She's really not blaming anyone. She's just saying, check out that house down there. She's not even really telling them to check it out. But she said it had to happen at that house. They gave her son something. And to be honest with you, when things like this happen, you're piecing everything together. This mother's piecing everything together. And I believe mom knows that whatever they gave her son, because he was not himself, it happened at that house. And the house is probably a drug house. And that's why all the kids go there and they hang out there, So, yeah. Anyway, you guys, we're going to get off of here. And I'm sad and sorry that we're getting off of here and that just came up, but things like that do happen, things like that do happen. Okay. So anyway, okay, you guys, I'll get off of here and we will see you guys. She said I need to purchase some Narcan. You don't even have to purchase it, Soulja Girl. The link that I gave you guys is free. It's free. You don't have to buy it. It's free. So go to that link, that website, and just answer 4 questions, give them your information, and they'll mail it to you. It's free. And maybe you can come on here and be like, I did this. I was able to do that. God used me, Yeah, it's free. So it all depends on how you feel about people and you want to help somebody, give back into the community. You're never too old to help somebody, you guys. They might even just say thank you. Good. Because guess what? Once you have saved somebody's life, it's just, you just thank God. You just be like, I'm still in awe. Like, you cannot take me off of this mountain that I'm on. I'm like, man, because I think about what if I wouldn't have walked out that door And what if I wouldn't have went over there to assist this guy? What if I would have just been like, oh, I'm just going to go to my car. Oh, I'm going to just let this person out the door so they can go do what they do and just go back in. But God, used me knowing that guess what? If I was already passed away and dead from the aneurysm, I wouldn't have been there to do that. And if God allowed me to stay alive, guess what? That happened in 2010, my aneurysm. So 13 years later, after the Lord saved my life in 2010, here it is in 2023. There's a guy. I think I'm going to go visit this guy. He's in another facility now. He's in assisted living. And I'm going to go visit him, you guys. I'm going to go visit him over this weekend. I've got 2 other birthdays that I'm going to have to go and kind of try to see if I can see these people. But yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get off of here. And I will see you guys Monday. And we will have something else or find out some more information. Okay. Be good, be safe, and be nice to each other. Bye.